This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I apologize. I'm running quite late today. That was not my plan, but if you can, please join us. Drop a city and state in the chat. It helps us plan events. Also, welcome if you're new here. This is the Classy Climb where we learn about making more money, investing the difference, and enjoying our lives. Such as your girl has to go to a dinner, I got to go to a music event, and then I got to go to a late, almost midnight movie. We had to drink our coffee. We're like coffee drinking right now, messing up our circadian rhythms. Drop your city and state in the chat for you. And also, welcome Nina Love. Awesome. Welcome Airlong7. We will be putting 7 new videos. That's right, 7 new videos behind the paid wall. Why 7? Because we recorded them. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And there's information I just, again, every time we try to put something out publicly, everybody doesn't understand. And I don't have time to kind of like um babysit, hold hands with people who don't understand, right? Because honestly, you either get at this point or you don't. So we're going to teach through social media, and then we're going to come back and we're going to kind of give you points. Today's show is really 5 things. That's it. Brace yourself. Again, embrace change, learn skills. People are jumping off roofs because they cannot learn to unlearn and learn new things and unlearn old things. Always reference the book Who Moved My Cheese. Also, studies are showing, listen, when people are super unhappy in marriage and situations in life, they come back and they survey those people in 5 years. They're finding 2 things. If they stayed in the marriage, they're fine now. If they, worked out and got a different job, they're fine now. But there are some people who are not fine. Okay. And so the 6th one, of course, is always, listen, we're going to keep talking about affiliate marketing all year because you're already talking about products and services that you like on internet already. So just learn some structure, some system, learn some Facebook ads, enjoy your life. Now let's go ahead and go to the first thing here. And this is, people are like, you're just being so mean and harsh, and you're not being nice like my mama and stuff like that. And I go, but I'm not your mom. I'm not your mom. Okay. So one of the things I saw today that let's start it off by laughing. I think it's best we start off by laughing because if we watch everything else, we might cry. All right, so y'all ready for this? Let's go ahead and kick it off. Get this off the screen. Whoops, my bad. There we go. Let me get back in there. My apologies.
That is tripping. I don't know what y'all talking about, but they went crazy. Like, the cheese ain't never been that melted. The lab meat is definitely a 10 out of 10. That is tripping. I don't know what y'all talking about, but they went crazy. Like, the cheese ain't
Y'all, I laughed for 5 minutes at that today. I couldn't. In the comments, they talking about she turning into a zombie. Okay. Why is that so funny to me? I am literally crying. Oh, Jesus, I'm crying. Hold on a second. All right, back to the program. Back to the program. I got to cut it out, man. I got to cut it out. I'm making myself cry here. Why is that funny? So funny to me because she's calling it lab meat. She's making fun of, she knows the food is not good. She knows. I'm so sorry. Hold on. She knows it's terrible for her. Yet she is eating it and going viral. And the funny part is they're like, she ain't even getting paid for this, right? And I'm like, she not. It's gonna make a bunch of people. It's making McDonald's get publicity, and she over there choking. Okay, I just can't even. So let me go to the next one. I said I had to start off. Oh man, I gotta hold it together. I start off with something funny because I just really want y'all to understand. Um, you know, because the show sometimes be heavy, and I get it. It's a lot of stuff. Sometimes the show be heavy. So let me go ahead and get y'all in here. Is it this one? Let me see. Hold on. Why is it not showing me a preview? It don't matter. All of them gonna be heavy today. Okay, let me see if this is it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I want y'all to hear this. It's very important.
It would benefit you to watch his entire video because he breaks it down about how, like, and that's the kids that are doing well. Because I also teach seventh grade, and we have kids that have math grade level equivalents of first and second grade, third grade, many at fourth grade, very few at grade level, very few, if any, in some classes. These kids can't read, they can't decode, they have no vocabulary, no background knowledge. I've never seen anything like it. For context, for 8 years, I taught a self-contained program for significant language-based learning disabilities. Like, it was the most restrictive environment. It was the step before being sent to a specialized school. And my fifth graders with significant language-based learning disabilities could write better than non-disabled seventh graders can now. They can't write a sentence. They don't know what state they live in. They don't know what region of the country they're in. They have no background knowledge. Most of them don't know who the president is. They're coming to school with no background knowledge. They have very low skills. And yes, part of my job is to help them find those skills. And as a special education teacher, like, I'm obviously going to be working with students who require specialized instruction, but I'm not talking about specifically my students. I'm talking about students in the grade, period. And this was the case last year. They can't take notes. They can't even attend to a video. They can't even attend to a 3-minute video clip. I can play it. I can tell them what it's going to be about. I can summarize what the video did, and not a single one can tell me what the video was about. Directions written on the board, stated by the classroom teacher, restated by me. All right, who can tell me what we just said? Crickets. They have no listening skills, no reading skills, no writing skills, and no math skills. And like this creator said, I've had them for 30 days. Not even, this is week 4.
I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level.
It would benefit.
Did y'all hear that? When I sit here and I tell you that these kids, and again, there's a reason I'm going in. I'm doing this in a whole, because every time, oh, Erica, you're too harsh, Erica. You're too hard on us. You're too mean, Erica. You're too negative. Listen to me. The 7th grade is 12 to 13 years old. My grandma never went past 7th grade. My grandma could write business plans. My grandma managed a budget. My grandma wrote letters to all her children when they went all over the world, traveling, military, cops, whatever, nurses. She helped one of my aunts write her stuff to get to college on 7th grade. And she had to come out because my grandpa, my great grandpa, had 15 kids. It was like, I'm so sorry, baby. We can't afford. And again, this one you had to put a little bit of money on it. We can't afford for you to go past 7th grade because we need help in these fields. So imagine my grandma before this, though, came in, got up at 4:30 in the morning, helped them in the fields, then went to school at 8 or 9 o'clock because school didn't start as early as it does now, right? Then came out of school about 3, 4, had to come help some more in the fields, and then also different people cooking. That's why when I tell people, oh, Southern people don't know nothing, and that, I'm like, they know more how to survive than these kids walking around these cities. Okay. Why am I showing you this video? And most people say, well, what happened 3 years ago? COVID. People were home. Now, right now in the African American community, homeschooling went up 100,000 to like 300,000 kids because they really were like, when they were home, they didn't see the point of sending them back to these public schools that are failing. Now, are the public schools failing or all parents failing? And let's really go there. It's the parents. When you see grown adults sitting out here in pajamas, picking kids up off the school bus at 3 o'clock, they've been in pajamas all day. Their house is a mess, and kids are eating this McDonald's lamb meat. People are like, Erica, that's too harsh. How dare you? These parents need to relax. They got these kids. There's a very viral meme right now going around like, well, you better teach kids what they need to learn in the 8 hours you have them at school because when they get home, it's family time. It's family time. Your kid can't read. Your kid can't write. And these are the same adults who think these kids are going to turn 18 and take care of them and go get a job. Y'all, I am telling you, there's a patch. There's a 20% of kids who are like coming out of high school. They're like, man, I ain't going to college. Let me go and get these certs. Let me go get to work. Let me do some blue collar work. Let me go on a lawn care business. My nephew already told us, I'm not going to college. I don't care if it's already paid for. I got my grandpa's tire company and I got a lawn care business. I don't need college. I'm good. You have a percentage of kids who are looking at these YouTube videos. They're learning how to work the stock market. They're learning how to do all this stuff. They don't need college. That's why I told you most people going to college are average learners. Below average, truly, but this is why they complain that college is a scam because so many kids needed intro classes. No, you're not prepared for college. You weren't never prepared for college. That's why you're taking intro classes. I remember failing calculus in high school, and my mom was just like, "This is weird. Erica makes straight A's and everything, and she's got an F in calculus. Something's wrong." And I kept telling people it's the teacher, and they're like, "Oh, you're not going to talk about Miss So and So because she's a great teacher." I went to college, y'all. I took calculus and advanced calculus and made straight A's. I was so petty. I came back and showed that teacher, "Hey, baby, I made straight A's in advanced calculus. You're a shitty teacher. You were shit." I was that petty. I was that petty. Saw her in a grocery store, let her know you were a shitty teacher. Okay. And so here's the thing. If you're illiterate and you can't read and write by the time you're 6 years old, that's your parents' fault. My mom, when she went to school, you didn't have kindergarten. You had first grade. It was on your parents to teach you what you need to. You know how they learned about first grade? They had a sibling day. One of my older aunts, that's a year older than my mom, had to take my mom around with her for the day at school. That's how they learned about first grade. And my mom had to sit on the carpet on the floor with all the other kids who were 5 as their older siblings sat in a chair and learned first grade and showed them what first grade is about for just one day. It didn't take the school showing your parents 47 days of you being at what school is. One day. Do you look around, little Miss Nay? This is what it looks like. This is where the bathrooms are. Okay. Okay, now go home and tell your mother. We'll see you next year. That's it. That's it. And you had to sit down and be quiet on the carpet, mom. So you had to be quiet. It was a regular first day of kindergarten, first grader school day. You just shut up and sat on the carpet and played with crayons or something. And they showed you what school was for the day. You went to the cafeteria, you got a plate of food. It was a normal thing. Now we out here trying to show parents, here's your teacher, here's the principal, here's the hallways, here's the bathrooms. And then the parents still talking about what? Nobody told me where stuff was. These are parents, y'all. This is why when I'm on here, I have no sympathy in these comments in this social media. You know why? Because these are 30-year-old people telling me, Erica, you're not being nice. I just had a question. Baby, you got a whole computer in your hand called a cell phone. And you didn't look none of this up before you asked that question. That means your critical thinking skills are 0. They're nil. They're not functioning. Okay? You can drop one in the comments and I'm going to go on to the next one because again, when people say, why are you being so mean? Why do you think people need to spend money on education? Why do people need to relearn new things? Because y'all ain't learned nothing at these schools. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
and it doesn't work for them. And if you just adjusted it, all of a sudden that which is a disorder would become a capability. Yes, there are times where every student needs to be disciplined, sit down, be quiet, read, do your stuff. You got to teach that. But if your kid's full of energy and they work well when they're able to get out there and learn kinetically, does it make sense to put them in a classroom for 8 hours a day and then say, gosh, they're not working. You know, we need to drug them up because clearly whatever they have isn't conducive to the educational model that we've assigned them. I'm almost horrified to think that one day we're going to find out that no, that kid didn't have ADD. You just stuck that kid in an learning environment that was absolutely not created for him. I am really starting to wonder if some of the things that we call disorders are only disorders because we've pushed kids into a particular model of education and learning and it doesn't work for them. And if you just adjusted it, all of a sudden that which is a disorder would become a capability. Yes, there are times where every student needs to be disciplined, sit down, be quiet, read, do your stuff. You got to teach that. But if your kid's full of energy and they work well when they're able to get out there and learn kinetically, does it make sense to put them in a classroom for 8 hours a day and then say, gosh, they're not working. You know, we need to drug them up because clearly whatever they have isn't conducive to the educational model that we've assigned them. I'm almost horrified to think that one day.
Ooh, baby. Woo. Now, why am I showing y'all these clips? It's not going to be all children, but I want you to understand this. I have nephews who, I'm just go there. On my dad's side, my grandma tested super high. My dad tested super high. My uncle tested super high. I tested super high. My sister could be an accountant if she just decided to be. She's amazing with numbers, but she likes being a hairdresser because that's where the drama is, okay? Owns her own hair salon and all that stuff like that. My nephews are incredibly up there, tested and everything, right? So my one nephew, they had him on ADHD medicine. He stopped taking it for over 3 months. And they're like, he's a little bit drifting. Looked up, his grades were all straight A's. When he was on the medication, B, C, D's. He's so drugged up. Straight A's. And they were like, oh my God, he's improving. And then my mom figured out he has a whole bottle of medicine in his room. He ain't been taking it in months. Because she wasn't to go get the refill. And found the medicine that he quit taking because he's 16 and he's like, I don't need this. My littlest nephew, they gave him a book for assignment that they're going to spread out over 2 weeks. One book, because that's how slow kids are reading. He already read the whole book in 2 days. And my mom was like, well, baby, we got to learn comprehension. And he's like, well, do I need to read it again? Do I need to read it again? This is the same child that read all of first grade to the whole class because of COVID. The teacher was like, I'm just getting these kids kindergarten level. And your nephew, only one other child in the class, a little Latino girl, can read and write and be okay. So they just stuck my nephew up in the front of the room and let him read books out loud to the kids. And if he got tired, he got to sit down in a chair and read out loud. As most kids just sat there and listened. Like, oh, wow. Him and the little Latino girl took turns reading out loud to their classroom while the teacher went around making sure every kid could read and write their name. Do y'all understand how bad it is right now? That's why when people try to argue with me about, well, people want me to spend $97 on a training, I'd be like, baby, you ain't trained to do nothing. You really aren't trained to do anything. Like, you're not specialized to do anything. Most people are doing clerical work when they go to work. They're not solving problems. They're not really tasked. You know, that's why everybody was crazy about remote work, because they realized most of what they're doing was emails and clerical work. They're not coding. They're not solving major problems. They're not fixing the bridges. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing that kind of work. Get out of here. Let me give y'all another one. Oh, let me give you the other one. Hold on. I got the other one. Let me show you. Okay. Because this all ties together. I mean, again, I'm going to educational piece, but it all ties together. I want you to understand it's all tying together. Just give me a second. I hope you see where I'm tying it, but maybe you're not. And that's okay. Go here. Which one is this one? Not this one. Okay, this one. I found it. Okay. I have so many windows open. Okay. And I'm gonna go over your guys' comments, but I just want you to hear me out when I'm describing this, because people get really offended. Erica, you're being mean. And I'm like, no, this is just critical thinking and basic requirements of you being an adult. Just basic, and I got a little, we're gonna type it up, we're gonna go over it on a document, Word doc, so we can all see together. So okay, here's this one. This is Akimo, like again, you guys, he's from Money Monopolizers. He started a cleaning company. He did so well, he made $1 million+. Let's just go there. And so he like disappeared off social media, and everybody's like, are you all right, man? What's going on? He moved to Dallas. But I just want you to see this one part. So he's doing this 12-month investment challenge. Now he could do more because he's made $1 million. Let's just go there, right? But he's showing every month he puts about $5,000. I think it's $5,000 every month. He's doing $5,000, and his goal is to show you that he's going to invest $50,000 to $60,000 in 12 months. Now, here is the issue. People are like, oh, people don't have $5,000, Erica. They don't have $5,000 to invest every month. Again, someone in the comments said, Erica, I'm making money. I don't know what to invest in. I'm just showing you. Again, when people talk about the stock market and the little man and the average guy, and I'm like, it's really just math, y'all. It's really math. So if you see right here, he has the taxable account and the Roth IRA. And if you can see, he's just been showing you his positions and how, it's getting 33% returns. And how is this possible? And again, bought 38 shares, right? And he's just only focusing on 2 stocks, which I would highly recommend for folks, right? And so you see this gain of $2,000, and most people are like, wow. Now, some people say, well, I could do options, and I could do short trading, and I could do all this stuff. And my suggestion to you is not everybody has the bandwidth or learning capability or patience to trade like that. And if you just like set it and forget it, like most people's lives are on set it and forget it autopilot, you put the money in. Again, this is over the course of history and over the course of time. Stock market goes up, but in general, it does have moments it goes down and it crashes. But most people, if they're just sitting money over there, this is for tax deduction purposes. This is for later money. This isn't like, damn, I need rent money next month. Let me go and pull it back out of the stock market. That's not what it's for. This is why when they say, well, look at all these millionaires selling all their shares in the stock market. Baby, most of y'all 401ks, most of y'all retirement plans, most of y'all pension plans are tied to the stock market. This is why I encourage you to learn, to educate yourself. Please go watch the movie The Big Short and go watch Margin Call. This weekend, I think we're supposed to go watch Dumb Money. I think that's tomorrow night. Tonight, what are we watching? I think we're watching The Expendables, something stupid. I don't care. It's just a friend group kind of thing. Like, okay, I'll go watch something stupid with y'all. I don't care. But I want you to understand, it's very simple. No one wants to talk about how simple it is. Now, again, here he goes. Reasons I like the VIG and CSHD. All the companies inside the ETF have consistent dividend growth for 10 years. All the companies inside the ETF have consistently increased in free cash flows. Companies inside the ETF have cash flow payout ratios between 20% and 40%. The ETF is diversified across multiple industries, low expense ratio, and will allow me to compound my dividends. Now, you could always go say, well, Erica, I'm going to just go look what's inside the ETF and pick what I like. And that's fine. You can also do that as well. I just wanted to show you this because I think it's important for us to get perspective. The bigger your shovel, the faster growth happens, right? You're putting $50 away every month. Hey, that's what you can do. But I strongly recommend, not everybody's going to start a business, but I would say, get a little bit higher up. Now, this man, of course, is I think he's Nigerian. I don't want to lie, but I think he's Nigerian. Long story short, he was in San Antonio and he bought a house and he's renting all the rooms out. And he's like, house hacking's working, but let me start this cleaning business. Took off. Okay, so let me go to the next one. I just had to show that to y'all because I know sometimes. Now, this is let me go to the next one. Let me go. Who's trolling? Does somebody need to get out? Listen. Sure, Roberta Blake, anytime. I'll be at Vid Summit. I'm actually reserving some studio time because um so anyway, let's again. I see you guys comments, but let me just finish while I'm like my train of thought. That ADHD baby, I'm struggling. Y'all get lost in a second. So let me go on to the next one because I think all this needs to be put in context. Now, watch out, the language is about to be inappropriate. So let me just go ahead and give you a heads up. Let me just go and take that. Let me just take the audio off because he'd be cursing. So again, Ukraine just asked for another $24 billion. The president of Ukraine asked Joe Biden for another $24 billion. He's confident he will receive it because the White House gave $50 billion. Now, I'm not going to be ridiculous here. I'm not. I'm going to spare y'all. I'm not going to go on any political rats. I'm just telling y'all, you do know this comes out of our tax dollars. When people say, Erica, they can't possibly tax us more, the taxes have to go down. No, they don't. And I love the comments. The comments have been hilarious. They really could have gave us all 40 acres and a mule and had plenty left over. They could have erased student loan debt, but okay. The comments are hilarious because it is true. If people say, oh, I don't care about any of this, Erica, I don't care. I go, okay. Okay. All right. You don't care. Good luck to you. Good luck to you if you do not care. If you think these politics have no bearing on you, good luck. That's about to be a very rough life for you, and I hope you have some type of future plans. Okay, let me go set up the other one. Where are we at? We're gonna try to end it on a positive, but we got some bad. I'm sorry, we just do. We have some bad we're going through. All right, let me go to this one. Now, everybody in California has been for years fighting for who has knowledge, right? They've been fighting since the 1970s about gun issues, and really it started out the Black Panthers came out of California and they was not playing. The Black Panthers was like, we standing outside with the guns. Now in the South, not a big deal. The Klan knew they couldn't attack so many Black people because everybody had shotguns. Right? This is the truth. Like, go look at the records. They even said it themselves. They run up on somebody's property and get shot with a shotgun. It was a chance. Okay. So, now let's go into this. What did you just say? You guys are like, well, what does that mean here? Let me take a volume. Oh, I can't get the volume to stop it. So I'm gonna do this like this. Okay, there we go. All right, you guys. So remember they talked about high capacity magazines? That's crazy. You need more than 10 bullets at a time. That's insane. Well, guess what? We got that border flowing, baby, and they ruled it unconstitutional. Okay. All right. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't help. Okay. So California, a win in gun rights. California is leaning more and more to letting y'all carry whatever guns you want. Why? They do not have enough police. I think LA County has what? You guys can look it up for me. But again, I remember the biggest thing they were complaining about LA is like they have like 9,000 police to defend a city of millions and millions and millions of people. They can never stop crime. They basically like we recruiting every day and night for police officers, and we can't stop crime. They can't stop it. So I think you're going to see more cities in the United States go, you know what? Y'all carry all the guns you want because we can't stop crime. We just can't do it. We can't do it. I'm really sorry. We can't do it. Let me go on to the next one. And I know some of these are tough to hear and tough to see, but we've got to go through them. So let's just go here. If you're in Chicago, if you really know Chicago, and again, one of my gun trainers here in Texas, and he also trains me in Arizona. He literally was a cop who accidentally shot. Well, he didn't accidentally shoot. He shot him on purpose. It was a cartel member. And basically, by the time he got back to the station filling out paperwork, they were like, baby, grab your stuff, pack your home up, because we can't defend you and your wife and your family. We can't. And they told him, we cannot do it. You just bought a ticket to whatever police department you want, not in Chicago. and not even in the state. Because if you really know what's going on with the gun violence in Chicago, it's really a lot more um, cartel deaths and Hispanic deaths, but people aren't talking about that in the news because that's not flashy. We think Chicago is a bunch of 15-year-old black kids running around doing crime, and that's not it. So, anyways, let's go ahead and see this. This is in Chicago. This happened during Mexicans' Independence Day. Again, Chicago was so inundated unexpectedly that they had to basically shut down streets in Chicago because the Mexican Americans who are here was like, it's Mexicans Independence Day. We're going to celebrate and do everything else we want to do. So let me just go ahead and play this for y'all.
Sunday night, the girl had emergency surgery on her eye. She and her mother say the injuries happened after neighbors hosting a Mexican Independence Day celebration used a racial slur against the African American family.
That word shouldn't be used towards us. It shouldn't. It shouldn't be used towards anybody. Nobody should use that word because that's a bad word.
A few minutes later, two women allegedly attacked the girl when she didn't move her 3-month-old Yorkie out of their way. The 6th grade honor student and cheer captain named her puppy Barbie. Washington and her mom say Barbie was stepped on by one of the women but survived. Then they say the aggressors targeted Washington.
I looked up. A bottle came towards my face, being thrown to my face.
11-year-old Trinity Washington prepares for a second surgery this week.
My eye is doing so much pain. My eye and my...
Let's go there. Let's go there. This is a hate crime. Let's really be honest. This is a hate crime. The community and the neighbors over there know who these women are. This isn't like random two Hispanic ladies on my street. No, they know who are at their party. They know who attacked this child. And again, they attacked a dog, a puppy. Now, most people be like, oh no, they attacked the dog too. Yes, they attacked the dog too. Now, what's funny is the comments, most people are like, well, Karma's going to get him. And like, her uncles and family supposed to run over there and shoot up the place. And like, but what is the purpose of police if we cannot have you simply come over here and go, hey, we got to lock some folks up. Y'all hitting children? Y'all attacking kids? You attacking dogs on Mexican Independence Day? Right? But you dig what I'm saying? I want y'all to understand. Like, I'm not anti-Hispanic. Most of the people I'm dealing with here in Austin is Hispanic and white people. But I want you to understand, like, they knew they could do that and can get away with it. Why? I want to say it. Where her dad at? Where the dad at? Where the dad at? Because you think two Mexican women was going to run up on a black man? And not all the rest of the people at the party run out of the house? Nah. I'm not going to have my 11-year-old child outside, people acting crazy, and there's a party next door. First of all, but that's me. Secondly, I'd have pepper sprayed everybody. I'd have pepper sprayed the whole house. I'd have threw a pepper spray bomb in that mug. But I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to keep on going. I'm just showing you things because, again, the name of the show is Focus on the Controllables. Let everything else go. Can I control where I live? Can I control if my child reads? Can I control? He could be on deployment. He really could. That's a good comment. Can I control what school my child goes to? Can I control what I'm teaching them? Because I'd have got ignorant. Somebody said I'd have got ignorant. I'd have got past ignorant. People in the comments was like, y'all didn't burn the house down. like I'm from North Carolina where they had to literally, Robinson County for a while was doing these trailer fires. And I was like, what's going on? What's on all these trailer fires? People would get into fights so bad that people were burning each other's trailers down. Like they were really about that life. It's really insane. And so I want you guys to understand, like, what are the controllables? I can control where I live. I can control if I carry a firearm. I can control if I can protect my child. Control the controllables. That's the whole point of the show. Control the controls. Now let's go ahead and go to the last two because I think I tried to uplift a little bit. I'm in on a lifting one. This one right here is is Jeezy, but let's go there, right?
That you succeed or that you're happy, that you're healthy, or you're any of them things, right? So you have to do that yourself. You have to set yourself up. When you're a black man, black or brown man, you get to a certain age, nobody care about you no more.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Right.
If it ain't your family, nobody in the world cares that you succeed or that you're happy, that you're healthy, or you're any of them things, right? So you have to do that yourself. You have to set yourself up. When you're a black man, black or brown.
Okay. Now y'all know, here we go again. Control the controllables. When you're a brown or black man, nobody cares if you succeed after a certain age, only your family. That's the point. That's the whole point of life. Your family cares if you succeed. Your children care if you succeed. And if you think coming out here and your friends and all these people you don't even know and don't owe nothing to are supposed to run around clapping and like, so good, you're doing so well. You're a third. This man, 44 years old, talking about this. Let me be very honest with you. 25 to 35, right? 25 to 35 is a tough season for a reason. People run around, they get married, they having kids, they got these little babies, they trying to fix their career, they doing all these things. They in the thick of it. But guess who cares? Only you. That's why when I see these comments on my page, sometimes I'm like, man, bum YouTube. I'm never coming back to YouTube again. I'm just going to go run Facebook ads and go live my life. And I'm done with these people. But I laugh because I go, no, you going to let these people win? You're going to let these people who don't even want to be accountable adults win? That's why I just come on here and I produce content and I go on about my day. I check my emails. I make sure that you guys are on the email list and I keep going on my life. Because I know what it looks like if these people don't get it together. They're on podcasts crying about women. Right? I'm going to move to Thailand to get women. I'm going to move to Mexico to get women. I'm going to move all over the world to get women. And not realizing, yes, it's important to have a family, but what are you building for yourself, sir? Right? All these women online kind of complain about baby daddies and this and that. Baby, at some point you have to realize, like, if you're a woman and you have a child out of wedlock, it's on you. It's not on your grandma, your grandpas, your uncles, your cousins. It's on you. And honest, the truth is, if you're not making at least $75,000 a year, it's gonna be rough. That's why when people say, "Oh yeah, these people should be shaming themselves," like I see nurses who are making 92 a year, they don't even complain half the time about their kids. They just know what it is. Hey, I got 3 days a week. I'm gonna be in there 12 hours at the hospital. The rest of the week, I gotta really do as much as I can with these kids. Man, Chicago's very own. You'd be surprised. There's about 10 people I know right now who are moving overseas for women. They got overseas. They got a very generic, basic looking girlfriend. And they're just so happy. They're like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I was like, man, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you went over there. And yeah, I'm happy for you. Right? Again, it's like really, it talks about you want people to pat you on the back at 50 years old and stuff. That's really weird. There's nobody going to take care of you and love you like yourself. I got up this morning. I did not want to clean my apartment. I did not want to walk around the track. I did not want to do a lot of stuff. I had to do it anyway. You know why? Who else going to do it? The cleaners were late this week. They didn't come today. They said they was going to come. So guess what? I had to clean it myself. Man, the meal prep wasn't going to prep itself. I had to prep it myself. You know what I'm saying? I want you to understand, like, again, this whole thinking that people are running around like, oh, you're doing so well. I'm so proud of you. Most people can't stand it. Most people can't stand seeing somebody else do better than them. Like, they want you doing well, but not better than them. There are times I got in a room with other YouTubers and other people in the business, and I was like, I made $2 million last year. What's up? What? You have a small channel. You have this and that. And I just laugh. I go, man, listen. Do you have a business or you want to be famous? Right? This is why I joined the affiliate marketing group I'm with now, because I knew, listen, you've been doing it your way for so long. Just do it the way they just described it. Take the blueprints, take the Facebook ads, take the Google ads, just run it how they got it. Run the play. Stop trying to do your own thing. Just run the play how they got it going. Now take that money and go put it where you want it. Go put it in the stock market. Go put it in the real estate. Go put it in the new construction. Most want to come online and be famous and people pat them on the back. That's a validation that you can't get. You have to control the controllables. What can I control? I can get up, I can eat better, I can work out, I can plan my trips, and I can go on about my life because I can't control you and I can't control anybody in my family wanting them to act better. I can't control that. That's uncontrollable. Right? I can control where I live, I can control how many kids I have. That is when people say I just fell down pregnant. No, baby, you can control that. That's a controllable. Right? Oh, I'm not happy. When P. Diddy kept saying stuff about being happy, I'm like, this is a 50-year-old man talking about, I want to be happy. P. Diddy, you want to be useful and effective. You don't want to run around, I'm just happy. Useful and effective. Okay? Let me remove this one. The last one. This one is more business and it's more positive. And we'll go back and read everybody's comments in the last 15 minutes of the show. You know how we do on here. So let's just go ahead and get that over with. Okay. I like this one because it's the truth about business and people really don't want to hear it. It's really the truth though. Let me see here. Get it in here. Let me get it in here. It's the last one. See if I can get it. Is it gonna show up? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Last one.
Where to spend it and not realizing it may not come this easy the next year and being prepared for that. Because I thought once I hit it, it was just going to just keep coming. And it didn't. It was years before I saw it again. Almost didn't believe that I was going to make it again. Your head is down. You're focused on what you're doing and not what people think about it and what they think about you.
What was the biggest mistake that you made with your first million?
I wasted so much money, even on reinvesting in the business, not being educated on what to really do with it and not where to spend it and not realizing it may not come this easy the next year and being prepared for that. Because I thought once I hit it, it was just going to just keep coming. And it didn't. It was years before I saw it again. Almost didn't believe that I was going to make it again. Your head is down. You're focused on what you're doing and not what people think about it and what they think about you.
What was the biggest?
Okay, did y'all get that? Did y'all understand what she was talking about? Did y'all understand what she was saying? How like she basically made the money and she like, hey, I'm Liddy McLit, right? And this is kind of the lottery mentality, right? The lottery mentality that you are seeing among football players, among this college athletes. Like there's several right now, if you go on YouTube, there's several channels going starting life over at 50. Several college football players like, oh, I'm out of college now. I'm no longer an athlete. What do I do with my life? So they're starting YouTube channels. When yes, I get the NIL money. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. If I was in sports this past year, like last year, I would figure out a way to do an extra year because all the NIL money is real big right now, right? And so that's just something that's in your controllable. You know what I'm saying? If you can control it. That you see that boy that's a kicker. He's married with the whole family at 31. He went back to school for business degree and now he out there kicking footballs for Colorado State. It's insane. 31 years old. But hey, he living the dream, right? And so my biggest thing to you guys is control the controllables. But when it comes to all this business credit, starting businesses, control the controllable. When I talk about this affiliate marketing, I'm going to put out content. I'm going to put out information. I'm going to put out links. The way people respond to it is not my business. I can only control the controllables. You know how many people we block a day on these channels and these comment sections? At least 35 a day. A day. We block about 35 people a day between the comment section. And all I do is just hide the user from the channel, block the user, keep on going my day because there's 30 million YouTube channels. Why are you here fighting with me, baby? I'm not the one. Don't fight with me. Go fight with somebody else. Go pick somebody else to fight with, not me. Right? And so you have to understand all you can do is control the controllables. Right? And what happens is the reason you're seeing so many deaths of despair, the reason you're seeing so many people unfortunately unaliving themselves is they believe certain lies. They get out here, they're 50 years old and they're like, oh my God, I got to start all over. My wife divorced me. I'm out of here. Click, I'm gone. Right? Or people are in their young 20s and 30s. They're getting to 30 and they're realizing like, oh my God, I was doing all this stuff wrong. Oh no, I was doing all this stuff wrong. What can I do to change my life? That's where they are. They're like, oh no, I got to start all over. And they're really getting mentally depressed. And that's why I originally started doing YouTube as a motivation to myself, but to others. That's why I shared those old videos from 8 years ago. I want y'all to understand that people are out here realizing they got to start over. And they're like, oh no. And I'm like, baby, don't give up. Don't hurt yourself. Don't get into drugs. Don't get into deep depression. Be proactive. Control the controllables. All you can do is control your life, your body, yourself. Right? And so many times people are like, Erica, you're being negative. You're not being motivational enough. If you need motivation, you need to go straight to motivation channels. But what you're going to learn about that motivation is if you're not taking action, you're going to be depressed again. If you're not taking action and moving your life forward, you're going to be upset. If you're not tracking your money and tracking your goals, you're going to wake up 5 years from now and be like, oh my God, I'm in the same place. I just been spinning my wheels. They're going to be super depressed. You listen, when I see all these channels of women 40 to 50 jumping up and flying all over the country, oh, I'm going to live overseas. Same thing with these men. When I see these men, like, I'm going to just go overseas and it's going to solve my problems. And now you see these videos 2-3 years later, all these people talking about, I'm in Thailand. I'm in Bali. Oh my God, inflation. Do you know how many people left Brazil the past 10 years because inflation went up 37%? They really couldn't afford the lifestyle because they don't have skills. They don't have jobs when they get there. They really just living off a small smidgen of money they get in America. Same thing when we in Panama. We saw Americans driving trucks. I said, baby, you out here in Boquete driving trucks in your 70s? They ain't got a choice. They got to, because the pension they got out of American, it ain't enough. And they didn't think about that when they got there. They just decided, well, I'm going to be down here. I'm going to be down here. I don't care. I'm just telling y'all what's going on with these people. So again, there's 259 people here. If you guys are enjoying the content, drop a 1 in the comments. I will be reading your comments now. Thank you guys so much. You guys are really boisterous in the comment section. I'm going to read these comments and try to not stay over too long. Try to keep it 15 minutes. But again, what's up? I see Tampa, New York, California, Virginia, Houston, Texas, Florida. You know, right now, Beyonce tearing Houston up right now. Everybody in Houston this weekend. It's crazy. Freight Fest is in Houston this weekend. Lots of stuff is going on. Okay. New McDonald's owners will have to pay 5% fee instead of 4% fee. Wow, that's crazy. I saw the teacher's video. Thank you, Donald Watts. Hold on, I know what I was trying to do. Sorry. I was trying to start this comment. Okay, here it is. I was trying to start this comment. That's what I was trying to do. Let me go back up. Let me find it. Okay. Let me see. I saw this teacher's videos. He's talking facts. I couldn't fathom my parenting allowing us to be illiterate. Yeah, for sure. No child in Baltimore passed math this year. And every year when we bring it up, oh, y'all being racist, y'all being whatever. But there was a teacher, she was on news. When her students passed all their reading and levels, they audited her. They started an investigation. She was in Georgia. And she had low performing fourth graders. And this 3 years in a row, she basically made them pass the test, learning. And they're like, they audited her 3 years in a row, y'all. They got people investigating this woman thinking she's cheating with fourth graders. She's like, no, I'm just teaching. So now she's going around the country teaching what she taught them. And I'm like, yeah, it's that bad that when you actually teach and the kids pass the class, they think you're cheating. It's that bad. And she's a white woman at a predominantly black school. So I feel like these kids aren't trying. Nobody holding them accountable. Yeah, you know why they're not holding them accountable? Because if they're not a functional, productive adult, they online for 8 hours a day crying about stuff. Who's focused on the kids? I mean, there's a radio station called Focus on the Family for a reason. Okay, not surprised. Very sad. Saw this coming over a decade ago, but no one wanted to talk about it then. Yeah, they don't. Right now that we're gonna have all these roads and bridges and things need repair, and they're gonna be like, well, why can't we find Americans who can repair things? I'm going to tell you, this is why. When's the last time kids came home and saw their parents reading anything, writing anything? Let's be really honest, okay? I cannot have my kids at public school. Just can't. Terrence, you already know that's exactly what it is. When you can't read, you can't write, you can't critically think. Anytime the government say, listen, y'all gonna move to these cities and you better move now or you're gonna just starve to death where you are. What? Again, this is why homesteading and all these videos of people living in vans and learning how to grow food is just blowing up. Same thing with gun channels. Again, they're in the boneyard. YouTube don't want to pay them, but they don't want to lose them off the platform, because if you just had a whole alternative YouTube that was nothing but homesteading, fixing cars, guns, it would blow up. That's why YouTube lets them continue to be on this platform. And they're making millions, but the YouTube's like, well, we can't pay them because the advertisers. Nah, that's because you would be promoting what's common sense survival stuff and stuff we actually need. That's right. They have to pass them with, and this is the sad part. When you really fail a kid, when people really fail, oh my God, they'd be like, what happened? Be like, he failed for real. Man, if you look at the Rockefellers took accounting out of schools in the 1920s. Why did they take accounting out of schools, y'all? If you can figure out accounting by the time you're in 10th grade, it would be nothing for you to come home and balance your checkbook. I remember my most vivid memory of a child with my mom when it's bill time of the month is her sitting down with a green accounting book, writing out her bills. And this is how much I have left over. And this is how much I'll have for the next 2 weeks. I remember we had a cousin. He was so mad his mom wouldn't buy him Jordans. She had to show him, baby, I only make this much money. I can't afford to buy you those things because I don't make let me show you my bills. Let me show my accounting. My grandma taught all my aunts and my mother how to do accounting in an accounting book with a 7th/8th grade education. My grandma was able to show them all how to do accounting. Why do you think Rockefeller took accounting out of schools? If you can't do basic math, if you can't account for your bills, you'll go sign up for terrible car loans, terrible credit cards, terrible everything. And you'll look up and go, well, how am I in all this debt? This is why Dave Ramsey, even though it sounds ridiculous, is so popular. This is why when you have all these scams where people think, oh, I'm going to give you 100,000 and you're going to turn it to 300,000. It doesn't make any sense because the numbers don't support it. So. Yeah, the parents that gave it, they didn't. They sure didn't. Unless, and some people are in small towns and they're like, I'm in a small town, it's different. I'm like, okay. The numbers and the stats and the tests don't say so. I'm a trade machinist contractor. I need guidance. I'm making all this money. I don't know what to do with it. Small steps, educate yourself. You can watch parts of this channel where we talk about investing in the stock market. We talk about just basic ladder income, CDs, banks, dividend stocks. Then you do further investments once you've filled out your Roth IRA. These are very basic steps. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but like, fill out your Roth IRA, fill out your HSA account, your health savings account, just the steps, the basic steps. Go from there, and then you go from there after that. Family time and learning time aren't mutually exclusive. Yeah, I know. It is your fault if your kids can't read. It is your fault. Okay. My husband is white. His sister has 3 kids, 10, 5, 3. She unschools them. The oldest 2 don't know how to read. Oh, Lord, write or speak. She says they don't need to with automation. Whew, Jesus. Good luck, Faith. Good luck. I know one lady like that, but we ain't gonna talk about it. Yep, that's one way. You can still buy Hooked on Phonics, you guys. It's still available. You're either going to pay for the knowledge or pay for not having it. Listen, this guy came on stage, and to this day, it's the most thing that stuck in my mind. He wrote $1 million on the board, and he said, come up and be a volunteer. And everybody's like, oh, no. This guy runs up stage, falls on stage while he does it, but he comes up there and he's like, well, how much did you make last year? 75,000. I know the guy. He didn't make 75,000. He made 50. I personally know him. I don't know why he lied. He just did. I don't know if it was the crowd. He got nervous, whatever. He did. And the guy said, okay, $925,000 is what it cost you not knowing how to make $1 million. Just right now, any of y'all put your paycheck in the not in the chat, but for yourself. Let's say you made 100,000. Okay, well, $900,000 was left on the table because you're in a country that shows you how to make $1 million, and it ain't your job. Let's just go there. It ain't your job, right? You can have a high paying job, but that's just income. That's not wealth. That's why when you go into these investment clubs and these investment groups, the people that really be in there just balling be engineers, doctors, people that make high income, and they'll take $5, $10, $50,000 and drop it into apartment complexes, drop it into real estate. People that are taking $10K and drop, like, again, there's so many people that push against, oh, I wouldn't buy some cheap out of state real estate here because it's just so bad for you. I'm like, that's the way some people are going to get their wealth. It costs you not knowing. Again, there were several people in drop shipping. 2018 to 2020, 21 was insane. Lots of people became millionaires, but they didn't keep the million. That's why I played that woman's video. They thought it was everyone's going to run that way. But if you weren't educating yourself along the way, getting masterminds, development groups, again, you will lose it. There's a reason I'm tracking and showing y'all this affiliate marketing from now to March 19th of next year. I'm going to show you $1 million. I'm going to show you how we did it. Literally, it's going to be in those links that you see in there. Them free emails. I'm going to show you all the links. I'm going to show you all the ways, all the Facebook. Again, the reason I joined that group with the $7 training, right, to get you just a 15-day challenge so you can see it, is that it's possible. It's very possible. There's so many people I can just show you their page after page. And people are like, how? 86% of companies want you to market for them. It saves them money. They don't want to spend money on Facebook. They much rather have all these referrals because it's cheaper financing, it's cheaper advertising. So excuses, matter of culture. I'm going through it with my son as we speak. All A's and non-challenging curriculum equals an overactive child. Yeah. So Bobby, at that point, that's when that person needs to be in karate after school. They need to be in soccer after school. They need to have a little squish ball that they squeeze while they sit in class. All that stuff. That's what my parents did me. They gave me little fidget toys. There you go. 6th grade read level. Yeah. And this is why every time we talk about tech jobs, people are like, is it a lot of math? Is it a lot of math? Is it coding and math? I can't do coding and I can't do math. They start freaking out in the comment section about math. You'd be like, baby, did you think life was going to be easy and you never had to do any math? The average person, the most math you need to know is how much money is in your pocket and how much is the register stay you need to pay. That's it. And tech is trolling us. Cut it out. Financial intelligence comes from common sense and emotional intelligence. The answers have always been right in front of you. Facts. Always. Math is hard without practice. Stop it. What's up, Roberto? Like, one day let's do a live together. I'll come on your channel and we can talk about money and business and reminisce about high school. Anytime. Math isn't hard without firm foundation. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna go see it, John. If it's bad, I'm gonna say, John, blame John. John made me go see it. For sure. Yeah, when the politicians say that, again, yeah, this is true. Unfortunately, if we don't change certain rules, it will be bad. Well, right now in India, part of India is locked down, you guys, because of a virus, and it's not COVID. And it's just their water. That's why I'm saying every year the delay of like 500,000 Indian people to come for these HB1 visas is happening for the past 3 years. This is why I've been pushing tech so hard, because I'm like, when they do come, it's a wrap. Man, it's crazy, man. Yeah, in Texas they do. Chicago they don't. Yeah, we've seen that. I've noticed that because I would bring it up to my significant other's family. Like, why don't y'all just move to the other side of town? They're like, oh, the Hispanic people over there. I'm like, what that mean? Chief Rocker, I don't care if it's not his weekend for visitation. If I hear my 11-year-old daughter has got hit in the eye with a bottle, I'm pulling up. I'm pepper spraying everybody. I'm bringing bear spray. My daughter should have my phone and have called me, Daddy, something's going on. Like, you should be so connected to your child. Your child should be like, Daddy, something's going on outside. You should come over here and help us. I can't hear. I never let people, oh, the child doesn't live with them or they're the non-custodial parent. Nah, they somewhere hanging out. Like, I talk to my father every single daggone day and then had to spend summers in Alaska. Like, stop it. Cut it out. Chicago, you'd be surprised the comments and the stuff. People are literally depressed because they don't have families. Chicago, they're literally surveying these young men and they're saying they're depressed because they don't have families. See, we always think women are being dramatic, like, oh, we just want a baby, but they're literally surveying these men in hospitals and intake forms, and it's like, I don't have nothing to live for, and it's like, people need purpose. People need purpose. Listen, let me tell you, she should have never been out the house. If I think at any second it's about to go down, any child under 15 better be in the house and calling 911 or calling their daddy to come help me because I'm about to bear spray the house downstairs. You dig what I'm saying? No accountability, no self-awareness. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy out here. When I tell you everywhere we were stuck in traffic for 2 hours, that's crazy. Let me see. Ooh, K Diggity. If I only worked, I love Belarus. If I only worked on my goals and dreams when I felt happy, motivated, and inspired, I'd still be broke, fat, living with my parents. This is true. This is true. So again, John, it's about 6 days out of the month. And so when you really learn about fertility and stuff they could have taught us in school, that there's only 6 days out of the month you can get pregnant right before your period. And then women don't track their period. You'd be like, girl, what are you doing? How do you plan your life? How do you plan your work schedule? How do you plan your clothes? How do you plan travel? They don't, because no one taught them. Their mama didn't teach them. The school ain't teaching them. They learn later in life. They confused. I'm like, that's the first thing you should know. This how many days? Okay, to this date, to that. Not going too deep into period information, but that's just the basic women knowledge that they're not even being taught as children. It's unfortunate. We're arguing about 47,000. Listen, when Tyler Perry just did that mess talking about can he pay the light bill, I said, Tyler Perry, come on, brother, stop. Cut it out. Stop. Tyler Perry just wanted to go viral for the week and start some drama. It's just a distraction technique, because come on, cut it out, Tyler Perry. Cut it out. Cut it out. There's a 9th-year college senior plan for Oregon. That's so unfortunate. So unfortunate. 21 to 28, nothing but weed and women for me, got me nowhere. And guess what? This is the thing, Chicago's you can change your life in 2 to 3 years. I mean, you really can change it in 1 year. There's Anthony in the chat. Usually he literally left from Cleveland, Ohio to Houston, Texas with a tech job after taking a course from Sub-Zero. This is why I get real frustrated with folks, because I'd be like, baby, it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's really not that hard. Well, it's not even Twitch streamers kids want to be as much as reactionary content, right? And some kids want to, like, what I like about YouTube right now is there's a lot of 19-year-olds who are coming out mowing lawns, doing repair, doing handyman work, owning construction companies. My whole goal is to train my nephew how to build houses. Like part of this whole journey y'all been seeing me is to get my nephew that's about to be 17 in a couple days. Because in a year he's like, I'm gonna move out and do my own thing, and I got my own company. I'm like, I'm gonna show him how to build one house a year. Like, baby, I can guarantee you get 100,000 in your pocket every year if you build one house a year. Keep your lawn care company. Keep working for your grandpa's tire shop. Let's show you how to do Facebook ads and make more company revenue for that company. But I'm gonna show you how to build houses, and I'm gonna show him how to do 1 or 2 other service businesses, because I already know that's where the money is. And I know if I put him on that, help him get on that track. Let's say he want to go to college and he changes his mind. Let's say he want to take a break. You can do all that. You want to travel the world, do all that, because you'll have money and you won't be out here like, I'm a homelessly bum myself across countries. Like, nah. Man, I'm so proud of you, Notary World. I'm getting into tech. I already have 2 companies I've interviewed for. Listen, keep going. Keep going. Oh, yeah, John, that was a big thing this week. They're like, he bait and switched. I'm like, nah, he just know the writing on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Every couple of elections, it swings really hard. They're going to come through and get all these Democrats out of these offices, without the cheating and whatnot. Yeah, they busted teachers in Atlanta for cheating, but this lady's like in near Florida, Georgia line. And she was like, they were like, whoa, what's going on? People seek to make themselves responsible for convincing them to be better instead of themselves. It's a way to pass the blame and fear onto someone else rather than holding themselves accountable. Yeah. Exactly. Think about that. The Rockefellers were accountant, and he took accounting out of school. He paid New York to take it out of school. He helped write the curriculum. Now, why do you do that? You make your skill rare, so you're paid more. 1960s, our government decided we need less doctors. Like, we were in a competition at one point where we had all these scientists and engineers. United States had so many scientists and so many engineers. Like, we had all these people making bombs and chemical warfare and stuff and like that. And our government was like, we don't need that many more engineers. We don't need that many more doctors. We're not in a Cold War competition anymore. Not at that level, right? Because you had Cuba making doctors left and right. You had Russia and all these European countries making all these doctors. And America was like, we don't need that many doctors. We don't. Why would we need that many doctors? Well, guess what? By the 80s, they were like, oh, no, we did a wrong calculation. Population. Oh, no. Boomers. Oh, no. So now every 2 doctors that retires, barely one to replace them. Now it's every 3 doctors. The pipeline's bad for nursing. It's been terrible. When I was at ECU, they were suing, having lawsuits because they were doing funny business. We literally have the next 10 years of us is just trying to refix the pipeline for doctors, nurses. We're doing nurse boot camps trying to get them nurses up. Y'all see I did a video on it. They got a year boot camp for nurses, trying to get nurses into the industry. They pulling millions of nurses out of Philippines and all these other countries trying to shore up nursing because we have a baby boomer age bomb in this country. Exactly. Think about that. Let's see. What else I got? Let me see. Yeah, listen, I'm just, it's a wrap. Let 500,000 people come in here. Let 500,000 people come in here. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. 500,000 Indian people, they're going to make sure all their cousins get on. And they've been showing video after video where they got fake degrees. Sub-Zero even talked about it. People be coming to work helping each other. You know what I mean? So come on. Work is a man progress. This could be true. This could be true. No, it's just correcting. See, so here's what, again, I commented on a video that I shared on the community wall. Again, people are like, Austin's crashing. We got houses from the 1950s all over this bad boy. We got a bunch of bad built 1990s Bill Burr houses. They were never worth 500,000. They're barely worth 250 2 years ago. They really aren't worth that because they need at least $30,000-$50,000 of repairs to them. And people don't realize Austin has a big water running through the middle of it. It's got a train track running through our drive system. We don't even, Austin's like, you can fit Austin tiny into other cities. Like Austin's so tiny, people come here and be like, what do y'all do all day? It's nothing to do here. It's like this big. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, if I moved to Houston or Dallas when I first came to Texas, I would have went back home. They're too big, right? Like, you know, if you look at Houston, it literally takes an hour to get most places because of traffic. People complain about dating because they have to drive all the way around Austin to Houston, right? Then they complain about Dallas because really Dallas has a bigger population than DFW, Metroplex, has a bigger population than 31 states in America. So when people sit here and try to tell me about, I'm like, baby, Austin's a blimp in the map. When they talk about Austin, San Antonio, this guy joked and said, really, it's San Antonio, Austin. I said, yeah, because San Antonio's so big in comparison to Austin's like this big. And so when people are like, it's crashing, I'm like, we barely have a corner of the size of other Texas cities. Go look at most states. And I really want you to do this. Go look at the top 50 states. Go look at their capital city, other than DC, because DC really isn't a state. Go look at their capital city. It's rare that the capital city is a vibrant, bustling place. Go look at Indiana. Go look at Ohio. Go look at these. Their capital cities usually aren't great. And they aren't bustling and becoming a tech hub and Space Force trying to get here. And again, we got a military base. It's basically a bunch of nothing. It's just there to scare people if they ever try to come hit the Capitol. We don't have that much land here. And people literally think, oh, it's crashing. It's crashing. I'm like, no, you got these houses that need $50,000 in repairs and upgrades just to make them livable. They're not zombie houses. You can move into one of them, but basically you get there like, damn, the plumbing, the roof, the AC. There's a whole show called Zombie Houses that my friend is in, and literally they just go around Dallas finding houses that have been hoarders, not updated, deferred maintenance. So when people are like, it's crashing in Austin, it's crashing. It's crashing. No. All these people are taking equity out of their home and putting that equity somewhere. That's no reason they're upset. Because some of these people had houses. My friend had a house down the street from Apple. It's literally walking distance. And his neighbor sold a house for almost $1 million. These houses are 1,400 square feet. They were never meant to be more than $150,000 house. They're starter homes. There have people literally in the neighborhood tearing the house down and building an actual real house, a 2,000 square foot house, a 3,000 square foot house. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I just laugh at all this. Austin's crashing. Number one city right now in the world is Georgetown, Round Rock. Round Rock first, then Georgetown second for relocation and development. Biggest growing cities in America. But they're coming from Austin, where people are just driving into work and calling it a day. So again, I'm just gonna keep it moving. A lot of mothers aren't raising them or nurturing their daughters; they're just maintaining them. Facts. One skill away from 200K. Yeah. Listen, you just have to want it. It's out there for the taking. You already know. She probably told her ass to stay in the house. You see, she wasn't in the interview. Mama got lumps on her head. Let's be real honest. The reason you see mama in the interview is like the sympathy is look at the child got hurt. Not the mom up here with multiple lumps on her head. Because you think them two Latinos ladies didn't give that mom the lumps. Come on, man. Psh, multiple lumps. People always say that, and I just laugh. Will this work? Am I too old? This is a mental, personal validation thing. This is you personally. This is your personal feelings about yourself. That's all. Right? Can I get it for something? Listen, I have dreams for those children, but don't mean it's gonna be their dream. It's whatever they decide to do. Now, I would love to help them do whatever they want. One nephew wants to film movies. I'm like, baby, if I get enough money, your auntie gonna have you filming all kind of high quality movies. You give me a minute, baby. But the other one, just he's hands-on kind of guy, blue collar, but he'll basically his grandpa's already like, look, you know, I'm older. You gonna run these stores? He's like, oh, I don't know if I want to run these stores. I said, Jalen, you can always buy franchises and get different type of franchises. You can run an oil change mechanic shop. You can do whatever you want, baby. But you're gonna have to train people. So just remember that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a little sad I'm not in town with them this week. It's very sad. This is true. Listen, I mean, Jose Ants is beating you up. Nigeria is a nurse pipeline. Yeah, they catching a bunch of them Nigerians with them fake IDs too. What's crazy right now is Nigeria is emptying it out crazy. I think I posted it. Y'all saw it on there. Listen, come on, man. Come on. Listen, somebody screenshot this so we can tag Diamond Dave. I'm going to stand still. Where the camera at? Can I do it? It won't let me see my thumbs up. It's all right. Anyway, just sign up for Diamond Dave's option course in Atlanta. Looking forward to make. Listen, if you can learn about these markets, you can learn. Get yourself in here, baby. Y'all going to be doing it. Y'all going to be doing it. The second floor place of my employment is a tech department, almost entirely Indian people. I'm telling you, DC, Washington, if y'all see the stuff that in Austin where the level is 90K to 120,000, that's literally entry level account executives. Again, when people say, "Oh, Erica, tech sales they don't pay that much," they paying 55 to 75,000 a year. Immediately getting there in the next 3 months, you need to be applying for account executive. And just tell them in interviews, I'm looking for more. I'm looking for growth. Then you're going to be making 100, 110, 120. But when I say it, oh, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. It is. It is. It really is. But the problem is most people don't want to spend any money to do anything. They don't want to grow. I can't do any of this. And so I don't even fight them on it. I'm like, there's a great separation coming, and I mean it. It's a great separation. I'm telling you now. I think in 13 weeks from now, they're going to announce we're in a recession. Now, y'all, we already been in it. But what's going to happen to the mental of most people? Oh no, we're in a recession. Oh my God. Even though they've been online for a year now, complaining about inflation, complaining about the price of eggs, complaining about the price of food, and they think food's high now. Wait till next year. When you had over 10,000 farmers culling a bunch of cows early. When you had a bunch of processing plants went down. When you had over 37 farms, whole farm just blew up in a magical fire. You think food's high now? You think Bills are high now. You think people having real crime? Baby, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing yet. That's why they got these bills, these gun bills passing like that. That's why I'm telling y'all when I talk about affiliate marketing, and I talked about my tactical channel, and I talked about all these other little things I'm doing. I'm like, I'm just making sure I'm promoting and putting products in place for next year because I already know it's about to happen. All of a sudden, people gonna be like, "Let me look up here because Tech Tuesday. I gotta get into tech." Why do you think my Tech Tuesday, my Breaking into Tech Facebook group has 8,000 people in it, and I only started it 7 weeks ago? It's gonna have over 12 to 15,000 because people are like, "Oh crap, I need to make more money." And I'm gonna have to really do the hard thing. I'm gonna have to relearn, unlearn, and learn something new because it's about to get serious. Springfield rose up the sidewalks tonight. They probably do. Got to do what they gotta do. Erica, would you partner with a trucking guru to wholesale truck stops to have a Bucky's and repair shops? Or are you done with the industry? For me, right now, I'm done with the industry. There's a million ways to make easier money. For me, right now, if I had a franchise like Bucky's, I'd be okay with it because Bucky's gonna make their money. But in general, diesel mechanics are going to be short 400,000 guys in 10 years. Like they haven't figured out what to do. They're going to be short 400,000 diesel mechanics in 10 years. That's why when people talk about trucking, I'm like, not driving the truck, fixing the truck is where you should be. You want to make 100 grand this year? Fix the truck. The reason Ty City, or he used to have Larger Spear on YouTube, can talk so much crap about crypto and investing and buying up land, he's a diesel mechanic. He's fixing trucks. He's making crazy money. He don't care. It's a skill that's going to pay you. So my company is laying off and outsourcing to India. Hop to another one real quick, real fast, in a hurry because India is still in lockdown. So yeah, everything is in correction right now. It's not good or bad. It's just a correction for sure. But listen, you guys, I hope this was informative. Put a 1 in the comments if it was informative. I put the links in here. Let me see. Make sure. Thank you, John, for the birthday gift to the nephew. I'm gonna let him know. Again, affiliate marketing, y'all. Like I'm just telling you, people, there are going to be a segment of people who are buying and investing in things. And what I'm telling you right now is if you look at it, water filtration, stuff you need for your car, stuff you need for your house, stuff you need to fortify your house, stuff you need to listen. I'm trying hard to get y'all to understand what's about to go down. And I've done it for a year now. And if you don't think we're fortifying ourselves over here, me and my boo thing, getting ourselves where none of this affects us because people are like, oh, the housing must crash. I'm like, who told you that? We got 2 million people just came across the border. Who told you that? Who told you it must crash? Who's advertising to you that it's going to crash? Think about it. Who's advertising? Again, every time something happened, like, oh, don't buy gold, don't buy gold. We just caught a senator, Mendez, up in New Jersey. He had a house full of gold bricks. Who's telling you not to go buy gold? Who's telling you not to invest in the stock market when Nancy Pelosi became a billionaire off investing in the stock market? Who's telling you not to build a business? Oh, businesses are terrible. They're hard. They're awful. When you have the biggest generation boom right now of business owners who are going to go home and retire, and y'all could just buy a business. Sharif, the business planner, I've been talking about it for a year now. Think about it. Who's telling you not to buy a business right now? Who's telling you not to start a business? Who's basically making it like it's so hard and difficult? You poor minorities can't even think high enough to get good jobs. You can't own a business. When you see Latino Americans come here and within a year, they start a service company. Now they got multiple F-350 sitting at their house in a brand new house. Come on, man. Who's telling you to do this? Who's marketing to you? Again, what did I tell y'all last show? If somebody's marketing something to you, you need to look left. If they're marketing low performance, music, sports, flash in the pan kind of stuff, Twitch to you, and somebody's telling you about tech, skills, homesteading, taxes, you're like, oh, that's boring. I'm just letting you know. You better start looking left because they're trying to market you this silly stuff. Oh, look at this distraction. Look at these people getting divorced. Let's talk about women for 10 hours a day. Think about if the Black Manosphere spoke on, let's all get tech jobs and just get up in that space. Imagine if they talked about that for a year. And they had hundreds of thousands of Black men all of a sudden jump up in tech. Man, it would be like, oh my God, something's going on. Think about Deion Sanders when he went to JSU. I mean, they threw mud on JSU and Mississippi so bad for 2 years. Now this man at Colorado, he's the best thing since slice cake. Was he not good at slice cake when he was in JSU? Or they didn't want you looking over there? Because you start questioning what's going on with Jackson, Mississippi? Why your water messed up? Why is there corruption? Why is football Brett Favre taking millions of dollars from poor people in Mississippi, already destroyed state? Think about some of this stuff, y'all. Really, again, when somebody's marketing something to you, look to the left. Deion Sanders is a Gen Xer. Deion Sanders is gonna make $100 million off of YouTube and endorsements. Mark my words. They're gonna calculate all this stuff up. You think Deion making $18 million in one game for Colorado, and them boosters ain't saying, y'all better find him some money. Y'all better find him some sponsorships. You better find him some contracts. Oh boy on TV doing KFC and all this stuff. You don't think these people behind the scenes, we better find him some money or he gonna bounce. All this stuff is affiliate marketing. That's all it is. All these companies, it's affiliate marketing. Deion Sanders partnered with a eyeglass wear company, and they done racked up $10 million in a week. Partnering with one person. I don't know his percentages on them glasses, but I know he got some money out of it for sure. So I want y'all to really just, again, somebody's teaching you something, okay. Because most of y'all are like, oh, I can't. The stock market too complicated. It got math in it. I can't do business. Business got math in it. I just want to show up to a job and go home and play on my phone and look at Netflix and do Instagram all day long. And I'm like, okay. It'll be people like me just promoting on Instagram and Netflix and everywhere else all day long. You're free to do that. I spent the past week in a stock class, literally watching my friends go from $500 playing around with Tesla and SPY and a few stocks and making a couple $1,000s every week. I've Todd Millie and several people, we could go in a long conversation about this. But you have to learn and unlearn things. And you have to decide, is this important to me? As I'm going into this new year, is this important to me? I'm not trying to rant, but I want y'all to understand, like, a lot of stuff y'all think is important. It's not important. I've been taking Diamond Dave's course, and it's straightforward enough. Half of the work is just making the time. Happy birthday, by the way. That's for my nephew. Happy birthday to my nephew. My birthday's not till March, but thank you. I appreciate it. Congrats. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Xantos Clutch, international man of mystery, traveling the world. It's not my birthday. No. It's my nephew. It's my nephew's coming up. There is not even enough supply. There's a city. This one real estate agent's like, there's only 40 houses for sale in my whole city. How are we gonna have a crash when there's only 40 houses? Nancy Pelosi, a billionaire. See, this is the thing. It's funny because Forbes has a list of people who are billionaires. People pay to get on the list, and people actually pay to get off. They go, look, we're gonna sue y'all if y'all don't take me off this list because I don't want people in my business. Just being very honest. Listen, I already did a whole show on this beautifully textured. In 2 years, majority of these Hispanic people will have ITIN numbers, and you can buy a house with that. So in a year and a half, again, what did I tell y'all last time? The reason they're working at grocery stores and food places and working all these, like, why are you working all these jobs? All they need is 2-year paycheck stubs showing they have consistent income, consistent work. They're going to go get a mortgage broker. They're going to apply for the mortgages. And they're going to get them. That's why you're like, we're going to have a house crash. No, not with 2 million people that just came in the country, and they know the number one way to make wealth and be anything in this country is to own a home. Yet Black people will look you in your face and tell you about racism and crime and everything else, not owning a damn thing. You got people coming into Chicago buying up everything they see for pennies on the dollar. And you got people arguing like, I don't want to do maintenance. I don't want to have to fix my own house up. I don't want to have to cut grass. Most of these northern cities ain't even got no grass like that. But this is what they're trying to convince you. They're trying to market to you to be liquid money, run around and move from city to city and be in these apartments. Jacksonville, Florida, stereotypically Black city, number one city in the United States for Hispanic home ownership. They already know the play. Everybody knows the playbook. Get a high paying job, level 1 credit, get your car, get your house. Now, any money you invest after that is F you money. F you money. Listen, I told y'all a couple years ago, a good maybe 5 years ago at this point, maybe more than that. A lady out of Houston, she took Andre Hatcher's mobile notary course and she made $6,000 in a month. She said, "Oh my God." She applied, got a condo in Houston. Her mortgage was 320. She said, "I quit my job of 18 years because I realized I just need enough money to pay for my mortgage and my car." And that's what she's doing. That's why when people say, "Oh, these people don't want to work," no, these people, if they just do the math, that they own a home, they can cover their insurance, their cars are paid off, they're Gucci. Everything after that is F you money. But we don't want to talk about that. That's right. Listen, them F-350s, they ain't caring. Anything that has trap music, I turn the other way. Listen, I was at a country music concert and I'm singing all the songs. The white people beside me didn't even know them. This guy was like, "Man, you know music." I'm like, "This is music they play everywhere." Yeah. Entertained to death. Entertained to death. I mean, they was. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that just the corruption, period. They didn't realize the gold mine of having a legendary Hall of Famer come to your school and blow your city up for 2 years, almost 3 years. They didn't realize it. Yeah, it's real. Listen, I was on Aaron Clary and I made a comment like, "Hey, you guys can make 100K in tech," and people were like, "Ah," it's crazy. Warren Sapp going back to get his college degree to get on Deion staff. Yeah, he's going to officially be on staff next year, but he been in most videos right now. There you go. Man, they could do all the dances. They could do all the everything. Listen, them boosters right now, like, listen, you just heard what he said about Shakur. Oh, he's not going to be in the draft this year. He doesn't want to be number 2. So now what do you think? What do you think NLI money people heard? Oh, we got another year of Colorado Sanders. We about to get crazy with it. Oh shit! I'm sorry, I skipped up. Yeah, let's see if that primetime train really. It was bad today. Ooh, it's bad. But at the end of the day, all he has to look. Xander's all he could do is win 6 games. They'll get a bowl game. They're already on ESPN talking about the bowl game potential. That I already told y'all in my comment section. I told y'all the next 7 games they're just crushers. There's 1 or 2 he can win out of that. And then on the back end, when Hunter Travis and stuff come back in, then he'll win the rest of the year. I promise you, he gonna win 6 games. I know people don't want to hear this, but he gonna win 6 games. And he literally is going to be in a bowl. And he's gonna win coach of the year. I'm forecasting this for y'all. I'm just letting y'all know how this gonna go. Because I've already seen the play. They're already on ESPN tomorrow. If he just wins 6 games, local small radio stations are like, all he's got to do is win 6 games and we'll put him in a bowl. So we just got to find 3 more teams for him to win. So he can lose all the rest of the year. It don't matter as long as 3 more teams, they beat 3 more teams. I promise you that's what's about to happen. Mark my word. What's today's date? 9/23. Put it in the books. Listen, October, November, December. I already tell y'all what October, November, December is. They are the most that have the most distraction. They're chalked to the brims with football and goofy shit and Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hallmark movies and whatever else you can cram in it. What are they also? The number 1 months to buy tax liens, tax deeds. The companies are getting into black. They're running sales. They have September surge where they hire all these people in these big companies because they got to get their head count right. So if you're paying attention at the end of the year, it's the 1031 exchange. So November is a big time for companies to buy commercial properties, to buy apartment buildings, to buy real estate because they got to catch the cutoff for the 1031 exchange. But most people spend their time going football, 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 football good. And they'll do that all the way in the spring like zombies. And so I'm telling y'all, is you want to make money in this market, you want to run Facebook ads before the politician election next year, you want to rack up $1 million in the next 6 months. I am telling you, whatever business you think in affiliate marketing, let's say you start, let's even go away from affiliate marketing for a minute. Let's say you start a foam company, foam installation, or you start a air duct cleaning business. What happens in the fall? Allergies. Oh, they're in the house. They're sick. The kids have the flu, the everything. Guess what? We need to clean our ducts in our house, baby. That's what we need. We need to call the duct cleaning company. The heating bills are crazy this winter, baby. You know what we need? We need foam installation in our house. Oh man, you know what's going on? The windows and this is the biggest money making period in America. The kids are back in school. The parents aren't crying broke from the summer. And they know I gotta do something to help these heating bills and these food costs. This is why people are refinancing their house and doing cash out refis, and they're paying 10 and 11% interest rates. They literally just released a report the other day that people are literally taking 11% interest rates because they got to get that equity out of that house. You know why they're trying to get that equity out? They think it's going to be a crash. So they like, let me hear him get this equity out this house. Oh no, let me hear him get this equity out this house. Let me get this 150 out this house so I can sit it aside. Let me get this 200,000 out this house real quick. I don't even care the interest rate because I'm gonna turn around and invest it in something else. There are a group of, I'm being careful how I say this, but white women who basically are in the triangle of Texas, and they're like, man, I just got 300,000 out my house. I'm trying to figure out how to buy an apartment building. How many rental properties can I buy with this money? I need to maximize it. And there's a group of them. There's like 20 of them in a group. They're like, we can buy multiple apartment buildings. We could buy 2 or 3. We could do new construction. We could do several things. But that's the power of home ownership and realizing the big wealth transfer just happened in 2020 to 2022. That's why when they out here like people regret buying their home. No, they don't. No, they don't. These people are trying to figure out how to get that money out of them homes. But they don't regret buying them because that's their only way they're really going to get a serious leg up in America with a massive investment by using those homes. That's it. I'm just telling you. So anyway, let me go on here. Yeah. Again, Dion easily can get 15 million a year. Easy. Yeah. I'm selling my home in California. All my painters, flooring, dining was done by Hispanics. I already know. That's all he needs to do. 6'6". Plumbers from Croatia talked to me. They're moving their business from California to Texas or Carolina. Said, yeah, North Carolina is a halfback state, been that way for 20 years. They don't want to go away to Florida. They come to North Carolina. They don't want to listen. I was in the airport. Lady who was selling her house in Georgetown, Texas. Her daughter was liquidating her place down here in Austin, South Austin, because her the girl's original father had died, and he left her a house in Long Island, New York. She was never going back to New York because she said it's ridiculous. And then her father left her a debt-free house in Long Island, New York. You don't know how fast that girl gonna go up there and get that equity out that house and make that house what her and her husband want. And her mom's like, oh, that's great, but I'm never going back to New York. We're going to North Carolina. We bought a little 2-acre farm in North Carolina in the mountains because her current husband has COPD. So not only are they going to take the 200,000 in equity out of their Georgetown house, they bouncing to North Carolina where it's a lower cost of living, and she's still working sales. Y'all, this wealth transfer that most people just missed, talking about, I don't want to buy a house. House is a bad investment. I'm like, okay. Who told you that? Grant Cardone, who just bought another house in California for millions of dollars on the coast, and he's got a house in Florida? Who told you that? Listen, I sit in masterminds too often. The first thing they go is, okay, you ain't buying a house. You should have a shit ton of rentals by now. If you don't have a house. Come on, man. Come on, man. Fat Kid Deals, a huge Amazon affiliate, is promoting Dion glasses, $42. Listen. Ooh, that was a tough. Listen, I'm glad they got one score in. My neighbor just got a new roof, all Latino crew. Listen, Jim, I told you. What's his name? O'Neill Parker has a roofing company. All the workers are Latino. They don't care about working for you as a black man. Is you gonna pay that check? Is you got the work lined up? That's all they care about. I already told y'all. Same thing with health elixirs. The same thing. It's that fall weather. People they want to figure out why their diet is terrible, why their health is terrible. It's because they eat like crap and they don't drink any hot teas. They don't drink water. All this stuff. Anyway, y'all, look in the comment section. This is the last time link, and I'm getting up out of here. This is the link for the affiliate marketing. If you want me to give you the free links, because I have a ton of free links where I share where we get these affiliate marketing companies links from. We put them in there. The $7 to Freedom program, I highly recommend it. They're going to teach you. The reason I partner with them is because I'm a like, I'll do whatever. I'm learning on the fly. But I know a lot of people like structure. Okay. So the structure they teach in there, they teach you how to do how to set up affiliate marketing. They teach you how to set up email marketing. They literally teach you how to do Facebook ads, YouTube ads. They give you the scripts and they give you who they target and market to. There are 3 or 4 people in the company who already made 3 million this year in a 7th month window by just following instructions. And I know people like direct instructions, so that's why I partner with them and I've been partnering with them. So, let me see. What's this? The first rule is integrate in the United States is get a house and start a business or a high paying job. Yeah, you already know. Come on, man. You already know. So hit those links. They'll be pinned to the top comment in this video renders. Good luck to you guys today. I'm heading to some dinners and I'm heading to music and I'm heading to the movies. I'm going to be tired as hell. Let me get this coffee. All right, you guys. This is your Erica Classic Line Blog. Thank you for your time.